welcome to my channel. So I am doing a requested reading. I wanted to go ahead and get it kind of out of the way, seeing as I've covered a few Chris Watts ones lately. So anyways, we're gonna get to it. Alright, so we're just gonna get right into it. Spirit guides, guardian angels, please join me. Spirit guides, can you please show me with the tarot, what did the deleted text messages between Nichol, Kessinger, and Chris Watts, what did the text messages say? What did the text messages that were deleted by Nichol, Kessinger, for a conversation with Chris Watts, what did they say that she was so worried about? What was in them? So we have the Judgment card, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Chariot. Can you please show me, Spirit, what did Nichol Kessinger and Christopher Watts talk about the Monday evening after Shanann Watts and her children were reported missing? Can you please show me what the conversation was between Nichol Kessinger and Chris Watts on the evening that the kids were reported missing? So we have the Page of Wands, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Six of Wands. That should be good. And the Ace of Swords in the reverse. Okay, guys, so Judgment. The Judgment card is about evaluating, assessing the damage, reviewing their decisions, the decisions that were made specifically, and seeing what best needed to be changed in order for them to basically move forward best. What was the best thing to do? What was the best course of action? For me, and with this card and the Page of Wands being underneath it, allegedly, in my opinion, everybody's innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. I feel, because as you see, this woman here is in a graveyard. There's, dead bodies around her, zombies, as you could say. And she's holding a little girl. And the Page of Wands relates to children and forward movement energy. I believe that wholeheartedly the children were not passed until after Chris Watts was already home and they were searching. I feel that they were alive until then. And I think, in my opinion, that she is the person who made the decision that it was best to do so because they had seen her, they knew about her, they would tell, yada, yada, yada. I don't know where they were the interim between. I don't, as I said, I don't have all the answers. This is the energy that I felt the whole time. That she is the person that was responsible specifically for their deaths. I feel like decisions were made after the searches for Shanann and the children were being made. I think that they were alive up until Tuesday morning, like very early in the morning, maybe late at night Monday. The Eight of Pentacles relates to work. So for me, I think that, again, that she's the person that traveled because of the Chariot beside it. That relates to travel, movement. I feel like she made, the decisions were made. They talked about it. She told, as you can see with the two things here, she told him where they were put at the workplace with the Eight of Pentacles, to ensure security for them, or really just for herself, but for them. She was satisfied and proud of the achievement that she made, that she was able to get it all done and accomplish the golden goal, and for them to be able to move forward. She was completely in control of the situation. She was determined for the for everything to go as she wanted it to. The Page of Wands is, energized to complete the task at hand, which was the children, in my opinion, and putting them at the work site. He was seeking guidance from her on what he needed to do next because, basically he was following her direction at that point. That Ten of Pentacles relates to the home and family, generations, wealth, stability, and security. Generous friends and relatives, wise planning, for the future. So I think that, she said this is the best for the future. It's also best for her to relay the news to the police as soon as possible to make the search in quickly. Um, and with the Six of Wands in reverse, and be sure that she wasn't implicated, or her involvement was not known, how much she was involved, etc., etc. It was best for him to basically give the news to the cops about the location, um, because the best chance for them, with the help of her family, and the long term for him to be able to get out and be free, because at this point he wasn't going to be able to, obviously. This was his best chance to be free and not have the focus on her to quickly end it. 100%, everybody says that he was talked in to the confession, kind of, or the way that he confessed. But maybe the things that he said, maybe what he confessed to and what he actually said, maybe that wasn't planned, but him confessing 100% was. That was 100% the plan. It needed to move forward quickly so that focus was not on her as much and her involvement, because there was a lot of gray areas, in my opinion, allegedly. That is what I think. 100%. 100%. That is what I think. I think also, because the one genuine emotion that she displayed, well, to a few of the genuine emotions that she displayed in the interview, was when she said, he shouldn't have lied to me. Like, the way that she said that was some anger. The way he lied to me. So I do think that she didn't, maybe, I don't know if she didn't know about the baby, or maybe she thought it wasn't his and he had lied to her and said that it was someone else's, and she figured out that was a lie. I don't know. But I feel like he really did lie to her about something, and she was upset about it. Not about them not being together. I don't feel that at all, because, like I said before, I feel like she placed some crystals, maybe got some hair out of brushes, because there's really dark energy with her. And, in my opinion, like I said before, she was determined to do a job. He was a job. There was no love. And to be clear, because everybody wants to take accountability away from Chris Watts. Number one, the devil cannot possess you unless you allow him in. Spirits, negativity, you cannot be, a demon cannot possess you. You cannot be possessed by anything unless you actively allow it in. You have to agree to it. It's like vampires that can't come in, and, that old myth. Well, that's how your body is. You have to actively agree. Now, you can be tricked a little, they can play with your mind a little, but you're still accountable for the decisions that you make. And Chris Watts has 3 houses in Taurus. So I'm a little confused about how they portray him because 3 houses in the sign of Taurus, and they're his main houses. I just want to say, by the way, the houses that shape his personality, and the person that they display Chris as is very docile, and Tauruses are not. I mean, they do like images, but behind closed doors, they can be totally different people. And I think that, a lot of people, you know, criticize Shanann and say that she was abusive to Chris, but if anybody was abusive in their relationship, I'm going to wager to guess that it would have been Chris because of his just the signs that his three most powerful, houses in his chart are Taurus. And all I'm saying is they're bullheaded, they're stubborn, um, aggressive, and sometimes abusive, depending on. But money is very important, status, and appearance. The appearance of good things, the appearance of being nice. You know, anybody who says I was such a nice guy, nobody could say a bad word about him because that's what he wants everybody to see. When you're a fox, they call him the silver fox. The fox was the trickster god, or the trickster spirit. I'm sorry. The silver fox is, or maybe it's just the fox. But either way, it's a trickster. It pretends to be one way. It takes on basically a chameleon. That's what it would be, a chameleon. Whatever he needs to be for the certain situation. And that's also why he triangulates people. He pits people against each other, kind of separates them and keeps them at a distance because I can keep my family happy as long as Shanann is here, my family's here, and I just communicate with both of them. When he doesn't allow people to get close or he, pits them against each other, whatever the case may be, he's always the victim. And it's been claimed basically he's a victim of all these women, Shanann, Nichol Kessinger, how many bitches since he's been out, been in prison. I mean, the amount of women who write to men in prison and like really legit like put money on phone cards, like give them money and full blown love people who are in prison for life. I just want to like dissect their brains and see how it works because it makes no sense. I mean, I guess you're not having to connect to the flesh and blood person or the bad guy thing where you want to fix people or he killed his ex-wife. He would never kill me. Like, can you imagine being the girl that's like, yeah, he killed his first wife, but he would never kill me. I'm different. You know how many girls say that when guys cheat on them? Like, they think it makes them better if they're, like, with them, or they can get them to be with them, or change them, I guess, or make the appearance of changing. I don't freaking know, but they get a Howard, like, he chose me. He don't want to. Like, and like then he's for you, sweetheart. He's not meant for me if he chose you. There has never been a time in my life that I have ever fought over a man. Ever. Not over a man. What? Not me. I I have said, because I'm not perfect, and of course jealousy or something of that course, I have done that. But cheating is the line I draw because women need to understand something. When a man cheats on you, or if you go through his phone and you find out that he's cheating on you, you find out some kind of information like that, if before you confront him, be sure that you're ready for the relationship to end. Because if you're not ready for the relationship to end, then you don't even bother. Just pretend like you didn't see it. You didn't find out. Because if you do follow through and question him, and then you find out, you found out the proof, you found the proof, but he denies it, whatever he does, whatever he says, and you stay with him, you have now showed him that you're not to be respected either, and he won't, and he'll do it again and again and again and again. Cheaters can change, but not with the same person. It's just not possible. Because the thing is, a relationship, at its darkest time, will never be any better than the darkest time. Like, the peak high and the darkest time is where you live. You know what I mean? That's where you live. Sometimes, every now and again, it might go over that point, but that's very rare. And those 2 points is where that relationship stays. And if you're not okay with that, that's not okay with you, then you need to leave. Because they're never going to be able to offer you more than that high, more than who they've shown you who they are at their best. Even if you're like, but I can change, they can improve, they can get better. What if they don't? How about the person that you have in front of you, without the possibility of them improving on anything? Can you actively say that you'd be happy and satisfied with that for the rest of your life? And if you can't, then you should leave. Period. And as far as cheating goes, never stay with somebody who cheats on you. Because the trust is broken, and once the trust is broken, it can't be fixed. It don't matter what they do. It don't matter what you try to do to heal yourself. To heal yourself, make yourself not feel it, not care, get over it. It's never going to happen. It's always going to come up again and again, over and over and over again, until you finally decide to leave. And like I said, though, here's one thing to know, and this is from experience. I was with the same man for 9 years. We never got married. He was he was abusive in the beginning physically, but after that it was more emotional and mentally. And, I stayed with him through a lot that I was like, damn, I was just dumb as fuck, wasn't I? I was just dumb. And now that I'm with my husband, who is the absolute best man, he is wonderful to me. The way that my husband loves me made me love myself again. And even things that are rough, and even the bad days, with the right person, it's just fine. It's okay. You know that you're going to be okay. And the feelings that I have make me so it made me so mad at myself that I allowed myself to be miserable for so long. But when I finally did leave, and I finally had enough, and I realized I was unsatisfied, and I didn't want to be unhappy anymore. I didn't want to have to walk on eggshells. I didn't want to have to buy my happiness, because essentially that's what I realized I had been doing, trying to buy peace for myself. Moments of peace, hours of peace, days of peace. It's really freaking sad. But I wouldn't trade a thing, because seeing how I didn't want to be loved, and how awful things could be, and how bad, and the things I learned from that experience made me able to appreciate my husband. fully trust him and love him and just appreciate everything. And funny enough, I'm a Taurus. My husband is a Capricorn. Shanann and Chris were reverse roles. She was a Capricorn and Chris was a Taurus like me. Um, and our sign, two signs, it's rare that a Capricorn and a Taurus, if they do marry, ever get divorced. And I think that that's interesting, that dynamic, because I'm really into astrology. That dynamic in their relationship as well. How good together those signs are. But I guess, anything can be bad. But yeah, it's rarity. We're both earth signs. I got a lot of earth in my chart. He has a lot of earth in his chart. I'm a Capricorn rising too. So, yeah. But yeah, I don't know why I decided to share that, but I did. Anyway, I love you guys. I hope you enjoyed the reading. Thank you. Yeah, sorry about the gibble gab there.